Okay, back again to talk about 5 of my favorite albums. And today we're going to be looking at some non metal stuff, a bit of rock and a bit of borderline rock music. So we're going to start on the light side with Sade. Sade is an R&B singer from England, I think originally from Nigeria. And this was her debut album, Diamond Life, in 1984. And the great thing about Sade is that all of her best songs are really evenly dispersed throughout her discography. She's probably got about 6 albums. And her last one was in 2010, and it was many years before that one came out, and now it's been many years since that one came out. There's talk about music coming out, but the last one was by far the weakest. So I'm a little bit out of the loop on when new music might be coming. But this album here, Smooth Operator, everyone knows that song. Your Love is King, if you don't know right off the top, you'll know when you hear it. Hang On to Your Love. Frankie's First Affair is okay. When I'm Gonna Make a Living is okay. Number 2, again, is mostly great songs. I give this one a 9 out of 10 for the genre that it's in. So my number 2 album is gonna be her second full-length, Promise. And you know what? The 2 hits on here are probably my favorite songs, but I love the whole thing. We're talking The Sweetest Taboo and Never as Good as the First Time. And just for what it's worth, there's her greatest hits here. And, you know, Sade's great, and you know, you can't listen to metal all day, every day, so Sade is definitely a go-to mutual pick for the wife and I. My third album for today is Clutch, Pure Rock Fury. I've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with Clutch. Back in the day, I always wanted to like them, and this was the first album I bought, Pure Rock Fury. This was in 2001, and I didn't think it was great at the time. Racked it and didn't listen to it for many, many years. And I heard an album here and there over the years, but I went back to this one last summer, and I found myself really enjoying it. My favorite songs on here are probably 2 and 3, Pure Rock Fury and Open Up the Border. And they have released many albums. Have a hardcore fan base. They don't really rock, they groove, so it's not one of my favorite bands, but I've grown appreciation for them. And the reason why I have them on my mind right now is because last summer, as I mentioned before, I spent some time in Sweden. I have some family out there, and I flew out of Copenhagen, so I spent a couple days by myself in Copenhagen. And I really wanted to see a show when I was in Europe. It was my first time over there, and the closest thing I could get to a metal show was seeing Clutch in Copenhagen. And it was kind of funny because I get so used to getting to shows on time, and then you're standing around for hours. At least that's the way it is in Canada and probably the US too. So I came to the show about an hour after doors opened, and Clutch were, like, opening band already come and gone, and Clutch had already put a dent in their set. So disappointing, but it was also nice that people get things done over there. And I was looking on Spotify, and that entire show that I was at, the whole thing's been put on Spotify as what's called PA tapes. They're basically a live album, and so I thought it was kind of cool, you know, when things that you were at are made available. Gets you interested, so I was thinking about Clutch and broke this CD out. So not a bit of a rant there, but it's all good. The 4th album is Nashville Pussy, High as Hell. Their album before this I have, and the next couple after this, I kept my finger on the pulse of what they were doing, but kind of lost track again. But this album here, from what I've heard, is by far the best one. The opener, She's Got the Drugs, the title track, High as Hell, Let's Ride. I think this is a lot of fun, and the best Nashville Pussy album I've ever heard. I still remember they played a show at a bar in the kind of small town I went to college in, and I still regret not going. Okay, now my final CD for today is My Bloody Valentine Loveless. Very famous album, definitely not a deep cut taking this one out. But they were a shoegaze band from Ireland. By far their best known release. They had an album before this that I Could Take or Leave. And then maybe 10 years ago, they put out the first thing they've done in forever. And I thought that was really good. But this is the classic album here. I also have a copy of that on vinyl. It's one of the first. I was kind of late to getting vinyl. And if I'm being honest, I'm kind of getting out of it. CDs is what I love. But I do have a copy of that on vinyl. Again, it was one of the first ones I ever bought. And, you know, if I was going to pick my favorite shoegaze album, Slowdive, Souvlaki, much superior to this one. I think those two albums kind of get compared as an all-time classic. Still a 10 out of 10. Slowdive's a better band, and their best album's better than that to me. And I did see Slowdive once. That was maybe 8 years ago in Toronto when they before the last album came out. Top 10 show for sure, maybe even top 5. And that's it. 5 of my favorite non-metal albums. Thank you.